They believe the world is full of obvious dangers. They look for the loud voice, the overt threat, the wild beast with visible fangs. But you understand that the most dangerous monsters are not the ones who roar. They are the ones who whisper. The true predators do not announce their presence. They move in the shadows. They hide in plain sight. They are dangerous not because of what they do, but because of what they keep from the world, the ugly, terrible truths they have buried so deep that even they have forgotten they exist. This is a lesson most people never learn. They will continue to fight the obvious threats while the real danger, a quiet, unassuming force, is already standing behind them. They are the unassuming ones, the people who blend into the background. They are the ones with perfectly polished lives, who never raise their voice, who never cause a scene, whose past is a blank canvas with no visible blemishes. They present themselves as a model of normalcy and calm, a placid surface covering a churning, destructive abyss. This placid exterior is a masterful disguise, a camouflage that allows them to move through your world unseen, to gain your trust and your confidence without ever revealing their true nature. You see a partner, a friend, a coworker, but you do not see the poison they are holding, the knife they are hiding behind their back. Their normalcy is the most dangerous part of them. Their hidden nature gives them an insidious power. They move without being seen. They manipulate without being caught. They can hurt you from a distance, with a poison you cannot even identify, a quiet sabotage you cannot trace back to its source. They can turn others against you without ever raising a finger. You cannot defend yourself against a threat you do not know exists. This is their ultimate advantage, a tactical superiority that comes from your own blissful ignorance. You cannot fight a phantom. You cannot defeat a ghost. You cannot win a war against an enemy you cannot even name. They have mastered the art of being a threat while appearing harmless, and their victims never see it coming until it is far too late. But you see a different game entirely. You are not a seeker of secrets out of curiosity. You are a student of human nature, a predator who knows that what a person hides is their greatest vulnerability. You understand that every person has a hidden vault, a collection of fears, desires, and dark truths. You do not pry for sport. You observe for survival. You understand that what they hide is a map to their own destruction, a blueprint of their own fatal flaw. They are so busy building their walls that they have forgotten to build a way out. They are trapped by their own lies, and you are simply the one who is going to show them the door. Your power is not in what you hide, but in what you reveal. The act of bringing their darkness into the light is the ultimate form of psychological warfare. It is a quiet, devastating act. You are not a judge, you are a scientist, simply exposing their true nature to the world for all to see. The truth is their kryptonite. The truth is the one thing they cannot fight. The moment their hidden self is exposed, their entire power structure collapses. Their credibility crumbles. Their relationships shatter. Their world turns to dust. And you are simply the one who decided to show the world the dust they had been hiding all along. When their darkness is exposed, they will not feel shame. They will feel pure, unadulterated terror. They will panic. They will lie more. They will lash out. This is a predictable, pathetic display of a creature that has been stripped of its camouflage. They are no longer a hidden threat. They are just a cornered rat. They will be so frantic to push the light back into the darkness that they will reveal even more about themselves. They will show their true faces, and the world will finally see what a monster they have always been. The truth is their kryptonite, the one force they cannot fight, and you are the one who is holding it. The psychological root of their behavior is a profound, suffocating fear. They hide not because they are evil, but because they are terrified of their own truth. They fear being seen for who they really are. A person who is weak, a person who is empty, a person who has done unforgivable things. Their secrecy is a manifestation of their own self-hatred and fear. They have created a monster in their own mind, and they have spent their entire lives running from it. The lies they tell others are a futile attempt to hide from themselves. They are a prisoner of their own soul, and you, by simply being honest, are forcing them to face their jailer. Do not fear the obvious enemy, the one who yells and threatens. They are too busy broadcasting their own weaknesses, their own insecurities. Fear the quiet ones, the ones who smile too perfectly, the ones whose past is a blank canvas. They are the ones who are truly plotting your downfall. They are the ones who will strike with precision and without warning. They are the ones who will use your own kindness and trust as a weapon against you. The obvious villain wants to be seen. The true monster wants to remain hidden, to operate in the shadows, to get away with murder without ever getting blood on their hands. A person who lives in secrecy is forever a prisoner of their own making. Their life is a constant, exhausting struggle to keep their walls from crumbling. They can never truly rest. They will always be looking over their shoulder, always wondering who knows what. They are a ticking time bomb of their own design. And the only question is when, not if, they will detonate. Their life is a continuous state of quiet, simmering panic. They are the architect of their own misery, and they will live out their days in a prison of their own lies. You sit there, across the table from them, and you smile. You listen to their words, the carefully chosen pleasantries, the little jokes, the half-truths they use to keep the conversation flowing. You see them as a person, a friend, a partner, an ally. But what if you knew? What if you had access to the entire blueprint of their motives? The unseen map of their intentions, the little lies they tell themselves, the selfish desires they hide even from their own conscience. What if you knew the entire plot they've been unfolding since the day they met you? They believe you are ignorant, that you are a blind player in their game. But if you could see the whole script, you would get up from that table without a single word and never speak to them again. That's the most terrifying truth of all, that the person you trust the most is a monster you simply don't have the context to understand. They are all actors, aren't they? They are all performing a role. They have a public-facing script they follow, a series of lines and actions designed to portray them as a good, kind, and trustworthy person. They are so good at this performance that they have convinced themselves that it's the truth. They do not see their own duplicity. They have compartmentalized their lives so expertly that the person who smiles at you is a completely different entity from the one who plots their own gain in the shadows. This is a fragile illusion, a house built on nothing but a foundation of their own self-deception. If you were to shine a light on the entire stage, you would see the dusty props, the flimsy backdrops, and the cold, unfeeling machinery that makes the whole show run. And the show, you would realize, was never about you. It was always about them. The betrayal is not the act itself, it is the entire backstory leading up to it. The betrayal is the quiet, internal calculus they performed, the weighing of your worth against their own selfish desires. The betrayal is every fake smile, every insincere compliment, every moment of false intimacy that was just a tool to get them closer to their goal. They didn't just decide to harm you in one moment. They spent months, maybe years, slowly and meticulously building a path towards that decision. They are not a person who suddenly chose to hurt you. They are a person who has always been willing to, a person whose entire friendship was just a series of stepping stones to their own advantage. This is the truth that would make you sick. The knowledge that every moment you cherished was just a scene in their plan. Their plot is not some grand, theatrical conspiracy. It is a series of tiny, incremental deceptions. The little white lies they told, the way they spoke about others when they thought you weren't listening, the subtle ways they would undermine you or use you to get what they wanted. It is the slow, quiet rot of their character that you, in your innocence, mistook for a solid foundation. They are like termites in the walls of your relationship, working in the dark, slowly eating away at the structure while you are enjoying the sunshine in the living room. Their plot is a testament to their own cowardice, their unwillingness to be honest, their fear of a direct and open confrontation. They prefer the shadows, where their true nature can remain hidden. The horrifying psychological reality is this: they are not a monster you can fight. They are a person you can no longer know. The beautiful, trusting relationship you thought you had was never a relationship at all. It was a one-sided transaction, a play you were starring in without your knowledge. They are a hollow mask, and you in your Navy day had believed the mask was a face. This is the pain of true disillusionment, the realization that the person you thought you knew never existed at all. The person you loved was a figment of your own imagination, a ghost conjured from your own desire for connection. And they, the real ones, are something else entirely. If you knew their entire plot, you would never be angry. You would be utterly, devastatingly calm. The rage you might feel is a response to a hurt, to a betrayal. But the knowledge of their full, calculated intention removes the emotion and replaces it with a chilling clarity. You would not want to fight them. You would not want to argue with them. You would not even want to have the final word. You would simply see them for what they are. A creature so consumed by its own selfishness that it cannot be redeemed. And you, in that moment, would recognize that the only logical response is a simple, profound disengagement. You would not be losing a friend, you would be gaining your freedom. Their entire life is a series of plots. They are not a person who is acting. They are a person who is constantly acting. Every interaction is a game, every conversation a negotiation, every relationship a transactional arrangement, designed to get them closer to their ultimate goal. They cannot simply be in the moment with you, because their mind is always 3 steps ahead, planning the next move, calculating the next angle, looking for the next vulnerability. They are a prisoner of their own strategic thinking, unable to experience a moment of genuine, unfiltered joy. They are a living, breathing chess player, and you are just a piece on their board. This is not a story about you being broken. This is a story about you being set free. They have done you the greatest favor they could have ever done. They have shown you a brutal, unvarnished truth about the nature of humanity, a truth that most people go their entire lives without seeing. They have given you the eyes to see through the flimsy masks of others, the ears to hear the subtle, silent plots being hatched in the shadows. Your new vision is a power they can never comprehend, a terrifying clarity that will protect you from future deceptions. Their plot was designed to hurt you, but in the end, it only made you stronger. They will continue to live their lives in secrecy, in plots, in silent betrayals. They will find new victims, new pawns, new people to manipulate for their own gain. They will never learn their lesson. They will never stop. They are a creature of habit, doomed to repeat the same pathetic cycle until they are left completely alone, surrounded by the hollow spoils of their conquests. They are the architect of their own misery, and they will live out their lives in the prison of their own lies. But you are no longer a part of their story. You are no longer on their chessboard. You are a free agent, a rogue element, a person who has seen the truth and is now unbound by their pathetic games. They will continue to act out their little plots, unaware that you are no longer a part of the audience. They will go through the motions of their deception, forever waiting for the reaction that will never come. And you will be living a life of true, unburdened freedom. A life they can only plot about but will never, ever be able to experience. They believe their words are a fortress. They are so arrogant in this conviction, so sure that their carefully chosen phrases and their perfectly practiced lines will shield their true selves from the world. They think a clever turn of phrase can hide a lifetime of malice, that a simple apology can undo an act of profound selfishness. Their words are what they want you to believe, a flimsy disguise they use to present a version of themselves that is noble and kind and trustworthy. But you understand that words are the weakest part of a person's defense. They are a tool for deception, a meaningless sound that can be altered to fit any occasion. The real truth, the brutal, honest, unvarnished truth, is found in the subtle, unspoken currents of their energy. They are the masters of the lie, the perfect talkers. They will tell you everything you want to hear. They will whisper promises of loyalty and dedication, of a bright future where you are the central, cherished part of their world. They will use the right words to convince you, to disarm you, to lull you into a false sense of security. They believe their performance is flawless, that their script is so well written it cannot fail. But a brilliant script does not make a great actor. A flawless line can be delivered by a rotting soul. And while you are listening to their beautiful, poetic lies, you are missing the simple, devastating reality of what their body is telling you. Most people are so desperate to believe the beautiful story they are being told that they ignore the little signals, the red flags, the quiet inconsistencies that scream a different truth. They are so in love with the idea of a person that they ignore the person who is actually standing in front of them. They ignore the little twitches, the sudden shifts in their eyes, the subtle change in their voice's frequency. Their trust in a beautiful lie makes them easy prey. They allow themselves to be led, blindfolded down a path of deception, because it is more comforting than the brutal clarity of a difficult truth. They believe in the mask more than the face, and that is a mistake that will inevitably, painfully, cost them everything. But you are different. You are not a seeker of pretty words or a listener of sweet nothings. You are a seeker of truth. You are a predator who understands that a prey animal's stillness is often the most dangerous sign. You have trained yourself to feel the subtle vibrations, the undercurrents of their true intentions. The cold, hard reality hiding just beneath the surface. You do not just hear their words, you feel their frequency. You do not just listen to their voice, you listen to their heart rate. You are a master of reading the things they desperately wish to hide. You know their true nature not because they showed you, but because they tried so hard to hide it. And this is what that energy really is from a villain's perspective. It is not some spiritual, unquantifiable thing. It is a combination of subconscious tells, a living, breathing confession. It is the way their hands clench when they're trying to appear relaxed. It is the sudden tension in their shoulders when you get too close. It is the fleeting fear in their eyes when they feel you are seeing too much. It is the truth trying to escape their lies, a silent scream that is far louder than any word they could ever utter. Their mind can create a fiction, but their body, their nervous system, their very soul cannot lie. It is a force of pure, honest, beautiful chaos. The moment the words and the energy clash is a moment of profound clarity. It is a moment of pure, unadulterated truth. They are telling you they love you, but their energy is recoiling from your touch. They are promising loyalty, but their hands are clenching into fists beneath the table. They are telling you they are happy for your success, but their voice has a slight, imperceptible strain of envy. This is a moment of a beautiful, devastating honesty laid bare. You are no longer hearing a story, you are witnessing a conflict. You are seeing the real person fighting the fake person, and you know, with a chilling certainty, which one is going to win. When you learn to listen to the energy, you have an immense psychological advantage. You are no longer a blind participant in their game. You are a spectator, watching their frantic, pathetic attempts to convince you with their words while their bodies scream the truth. You know their weakness before they even know it themselves. You can anticipate their every move. They think they are the one in control, weaving their web of lies, but you are the one who is truly in charge, simply by watching them so closely. They are a book you have already read, a game you have already won, and they are not even aware that they have lost. Do not trust what they say. Do not believe a single word. Look for the cracks in their performance, the little inconsistencies between their spoken words and their physical reality. That is where the truth lies. Their lies are a fortress, but their energy is the secret backdoor you can use to bring it all down. They want you to believe their words because their words are their only defense. Do not give them that power. Look for their fear. Look for their hatred. Look for their envy. It is all there, waiting for you to find it, hidden in plain sight. A person who lies with their words will eventually be consumed by their own duplicity. They will try to convince you, and they will fail. Their lies will become more frantic, their energy more chaotic, until they are nothing but a messy, confusing pile of contradictions. They are their own self-destruct mechanism, a tragic, inevitable failure in a world that demands a terrible kind of honesty. They will be a living testament to the fact that you can't build a life on a foundation of lies, and that a single truth can bring an entire world down. Their plot is not a sudden, violent storm. It is a slow-acting poison, a subtle campaign of psychological warfare designed to chip away at the very core of your being. They do not want to destroy your body or your life. They do not want to leave you a physical ruin. No, that is far too simple, far too loud. They want to leave you in a state of perpetual self-doubt, a shadow of your former self, a person who questions their own reality, their own memories, their own worth. They do not want to win a single fight. They want to win the war for your mind, and they know that the most effective way to do that is to make you the architect of your own downfall. Their tactics are quiet, and their weapons are invisible. They use gaslighting, subtle contradictions, and passive-aggressive remarks that leave you feeling off, balanced and confused. They will never directly accuse you. They will just create a situation where you are forced to question your own reality. They will say something cruel and then, moments later, deny they ever said it. leaving you to wonder if you imagined it. They will praise you in one breath and subtly undermine you in the next, leaving you in a state of constant, knowing anxiety. They are not trying to inflict a single wound. They are trying to wear you down slowly, to poison your inner voice until it is full of nothing but their own doubt and confusion. They are not trying to win an argument. They are trying to break your will. They know that a person who doubts their own perception, who does not trust their own memory, is a person who can be controlled. They do not need to defeat you. They do not need to overpower you. They just need to make you defeat yourself. They want to get inside your head, to become a permanent, insidious whisper that tells you that you are not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough. They believe that once they have convinced you of your own inadequacy, you will never be a threat to them again. This is the most cold, calculated form of psychological torture, and they are masters of it. But you are a different kind of creature. You are not a fool to be manipulated. You understand that their game is not about truth, it's about power. You see their actions for what they are, a pathetic attempt to dismantle your reality. You understand that their attacks have nothing to do with you, and everything to do with their own profound insecurity. You will refuse to play their game. You will not engage in their endless, circular arguments. You will not allow them to dictate the terms of your reality. You will stand in the center of your own truth, and you will refuse to be moved. Your resistance is a quiet, defiant act of self-trust. It is the refusal to apologize for things you did not do. It is the quiet insistence on your own version of events. It is the refusal to let them rewrite your history or reshape your memories. It is a battle fought not with words, but with an unwavering sense of your own truth. You do not have to fight them. You do not have to argue with them. You simply have to be an immovable object in the face of their pathetic attempts to gaslight you. Your unshakable confidence is the one thing they cannot defeat, the one wall they can never break through. This is a war for your consciousness. They want to fill your mind with static, with noise, with confusion. They are trying to turn your own awareness into a weapon against you. Your most powerful defense is to find a place of perfect stillness and perfect clarity, and to trust that above all else. They want you to believe their version of reality, but you must hold fast to your own. You must listen to the voice within you, the one that knows the truth, the one that cannot be corrupted by their lies. This is your most sacred sanctuary, your last line of defense, and you must defend it with every last ounce of your will. When their insidious poison does not work, they will become more frantic. They will see that their tactics are not working, that their little campaign of psychological terror is having no effect. They will be baffled by your unshakable confidence, your refusal to play along. This is a sign of their defeat, a beautiful, quiet confirmation that their campaign has failed. They will escalate. They will become more obvious, more pathetic in their attempts to control you. But you will simply stand there and watch as they destroy themselves with their own frustration. Their rage is your final, glorious applause. Do not ever allow another person to be the keeper of your truth. Do not allow them to rewrite your history, to reshape your memory, to tell you who you are. Your mind is the last and most sacred sanctuary, and you must defend it with every last ounce of your will. They will try to give you an identity, a label, a story that serves them. You must refuse to take it. Your power is not in what they think of you. It is in what you know about yourself, and you are the only one who gets to decide who you are. A person who deals in manipulation and lies will eventually become a prisoner of their own making. Their lies will begin to consume them. Their relationships will become a series of desperate attempts to control others, and they will live a lonely, paranoid existence, forever seeing enemies where none exist. They will have no one to trust because they are constantly lying to themselves and to others. They are a monument to their own failure, a living, breathing testament to a life lived in a state of perpetual delusion. They are a ghost, and they are haunted by their own lies.